Hello!
Hello!
And welcome to episode 253. Alright, for this video guys, I'm joining my mate Leigh. You wouldn't have seen Leigh before, but
no.
Leigh used to be a member on Aspen for was it a year you was on there?
Yeah, just about a year, yeah.
Yeah, so I have fished beside Leigh several times before, but on Aspen Lake. Leigh had to move out for jobs and what have you.
Yeah, get away a little bit.
And now lives up this way, which is what, Kidderminster Bridge North way?
Yeah, just outside Worcester.
Yeah, so venue we're on is a place called Shatterford Lakes. Used to be a day ticket venue, but now syndicate.
Syndicate and day ticket, yeah.
Alright, so yeah, never been here before. Don't know what it's going to be like. How long have you been fishing here?
Ooh, 6 months now, yeah.
Oh, right, so not too long.
No, but it's good lake, plenty of fish in here, some big cats as well.
Yeah, so we're right at the far end of the fishery on a lake called Eric's.
Yep.
Eric's Lake. It's about 4 acres, 3 acres?
Yeah, it's about 3.5, 4, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so rod's already out, just flicked at some Ronnie rigs just to get fishing, and then I'll have a play with what I'm going to do later on. But anyway guys, for now, let's go fishing. Right, and guys, just thought I'd give you my first update just to tell you how I've started my session here. So first bit of info on this Shatterford Lakes where I am. They've got quite a few lakes here. When I got here, Leigh was already here. And this lake is called Eric's Lake. It's the furthest lake sort of into the complex. It's quite down in a bit of a valley, so you can probably tell by the way I'm shivering and the woolly hat, because we are down in a bit of a valley. It is absolutely bloody freezing. I don't know if you can tell by the ripple on the water. We've kind of got the water, the wind blowing into us at a kind of a, I'd say from a 10:30 angle into a kind of a 4:30 angle as you look at the lake. So yeah, so we have got the wind coming into us, and it is a bloody cold wind. Yeah, so anyway, the fishing. So to start off with, I've just flung out 3 Ronnie rigs to start off with. Leigh said that yellow is the choice of hook bait colour here that works best, and then when the owner come down to do his rounds this morning, he said the same thing. Yellow hook baits is the one that does it here. So we've got 12mm beaten Anna pop-ups on all 3 rods at the moment. Like I said, on Ronnie rigs, just because they're quick and easy to flick out. Like I said, I've just pub chucked them for now. No bait has gone out at the moment, just to see how they'll fish as singles. Then I'll wind them in a couple of hours time to then put some bait on if nothing happens. The rods have been out for about 2 hours now. So there's catfish in here as well, so Leigh was saying. So when I redo the rods later on, I'm going to change one of the rods to a catfish rig and have a go for the cats on one rod. Apparently the corner down to my right is what they call catfish corner, so I'll put a rod out for catfish down that way later on, and then just fish the left and middle rods out in open water just for the carp. Like I say, I've got my bait boat with me as well. Bait boats are allowed here as well, so I'll use the bait boat to redo the rods later on with a bit of bait. So like I say, I'm gonna just leave them fishing for now, just the singles, just to see what happens. Very nice lake, very picturesque, very quiet. As you can see in the distance, there's some cabins on the lake. If you're a syndicate member here, you can fish the cabins at no extra cost. And Leigh was saying eventually, the guy who owns this place, eventually he's going to electrify him as well, so they'll have electric points, lighting in them and all that in them as well eventually. So yeah, very nice venue indeed. But anyway, right, I'm going to put the old, not kettle because I ain't got one, but a pan, have a hot drink, warm my hands up, warm my insides up. So I've already said it is absolutely bloody freezing. So, right, I'm going to do that now, and then hopefully some fish can start doing their thing soon. Alright guys, I'm getting ready for the tactic change on one rod. As I said earlier, I'm going to fish one rod for the cats. I know it's probably not the best time of year to be fishing for the cats. I know they slow down massively on their feeding kind of this time of year, but you know, they don't stop feeding completely, so I'm gonna have a go, as I said, on one rod for the cats here. So got my old cat rig here, same as I fished at Tobber Manor a few videos ago when I was fishing for the cats there with Darren. Big pellet, pop up on the top, size 2 dedicated cat fishing hook, long hook link, probably a foot long, maybe just over a foot long, and then a running rig leader lead setup. That's how I always fish for the cats. It's always stood me in good stead. So like I said, just on the one rod, we'll see if that works here. Like I said, I've got the bait boat here, got some pellet with me. Like I said, they are cats. How big did you say the cat's going here to, Leigh? 70 pound. So yeah, so we will be quite generous with the old feed pellet that I've got, because a 70 pound catfish, even when the feeding is slow, when they do feed, they will still eat a lot. So we will be generous with a feed pellet, and then hopefully find this one as well. And guys, like I said, just showed you the cat rig, and I'm just about to get it out in the lake now. So as I said just now before, quite generous with the feed. I've got the hopper full up with the old catfish pellets, same pellets I was using at Tobber Manor a few videos ago. So they're pretty much my catfish pellet, because they're quite big pellet. But yeah, rod's going out. I don't think I've got the camera set up to the angle where I'm going to actually drop the boat. Leigh and then the owner was saying kind of towards that corner and a few rod lengths out, they do call it Catfish Corner, so so that's the direction I'm going to send it, guys. Let's get that boat a bit of a push out. Bail arm open. Made that mistake many times before, leaving the bail arm shut and then the boat tries to pull the rod in. I think the boat might be out of shot now, guys. But there's another there's a swim round to the right. No one in there obviously, otherwise I wouldn't send the boat out that way, but and a fish did bosh, not a catfish but a fish did just bosh out there just before I was filming this bit. Right, that's the drop done. Like I said, I don't think you can see it on camera, I think I've done it out of shot, but so yeah, that is the catfish rod placed. I'm doing it to the right of my swim because the other rods are still fishing, so it is easier to get the rod out just to the right of my swim while my other rods are still fishing, seeing this is the right hand rod. Right and guys, so I haven't redone the middle or left hand rods yet, but a fish has just boshed out about 4, no more than 5 rod lengths out for sure, towards the second swim that you can see up on that right hand side, guys. So I said I was going to use the bait boat, but if I'm going to cast to a showing fish, to that showing fish in particular, no need for the bait boat because it is obviously in casting range, but more to the point, it's in catapult range. So if I can save using the bait boat, I will, just for convenience sake. So I'll do a couple of pouches of 12 millers. I've had this bait sat in the van since last year. It's a test bait that Inda's done last year, the salted nut caramel. It's probably getting to that time of year now where it's kind of going to come into its own now, this bait. So I just dug a few out the bucket in my Asda carrier bag. Not sponsored by Asda. Other supermarkets are available. But so yeah, so that certainly makes doing the middle rod a bit easier. And the left hand rod, I think I'm just going to go dead open water, maybe what, towards that left pod, would you say?
Yeah, a bit closer towards the line, mate, you're right.
So, right, so all I've got to do now is wind that rod in, put a fresh hook bait on, and that's one rod easy to do, guys. Right guys, so middle rod now rebaited, nothing complicated, lead clip rig, tubing, although leaders are allowed here, IQ2 for the boom, Ronnie rig, 12mm built-in Anna. Like I said, I've just clipped up the rod to where that fish showed. Like I said, it's only about 4 wraps out, 5 wraps at the most. Simple as that. Right guys, so all 3 rods are now redone. I didn't bother filming the 3rd rod because it was just another go with a bait boat. And to be fair, where Leigh advised I put that rod, which is a little kind of known hot spot apparently, is about the same distance in wraps as the middle rod. So I don't know if I probably won't bother with the bait boat anymore, to be fair, unless I have to redo the cat rod, of course, obviously, because you know the amount of bait I put out for a cat. But so yeah, so left hand rod has a little island in front of Leigh's swim. Leigh said, you know, go about level with the island, a few rod lengths to the right of it, which I've done. Like I say, apparently it's a little known hot spot, so that's where that one's fishing now. So yeah, so now the rod's redone, I'm going to put the camera away, guys, and get it covered up for the night so I can keep the cold off the camera and stop it from getting condensating and what have you, because yeah, it's already freezing cold, guys. So yeah, don't think it's going to be very long before all the thermals and whatnot starts coming up for future sessions. But right, anyway guys, so Leigh has gone to the chip shop for us, so I'm on my own for about half an hour while Leigh goes and does a chip shop run for our tea. So hopefully guys, like I said, first time here, but you know, it's only a 24-hour session, but it would be nice to put a fish on the bank for you. If I don't, hopefully Leigh might do it, just so that it's not a blank blog. I don't care if I blank, if Leigh catches one, you know. It's that time of year now where blanks happen, so... Right, anyway, that's enough waffle. Hopefully see you tonight, guys. Right guys, what time have we got? We have got just shy of 7:30 in the evening, guys. Obviously it's the evening because it's dark, and we have got first fish, blank saver, whatever you want to call it, but oh, I can already feel that water's freezing. We have got a nice mid double on the bank, guys. How about that? £15.12. So already said, we're on a Ronnie rig, beaten on a 12mm pop up. Should thank Leigh as well, guys, because this was on the left hand rod onto that hot spot that I said Leigh put me onto. So yeah, it's not a blank.
Cracking little fish, mate.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Yeah, thanks for putting me onto that spot, mate.
Wicked.
But yeah, fish had been boshing on it all evening, hadn't they?
Yeah.
So yeah, blanks out the way. Plenty of time to get a second one. Plenty of time for Leigh to get one, yeah.
Let's hope so.
Well, good morning, guys. And yeah, a very, very chilly morning it is at that too. All the frost has now melted, but when I got up about an hour ago, everything was white, covered in frost, freezing cold. My water bucket's still got a bit of cat ice in it. Leigh is hiding in his bivvy, having a hot drink, as am I. Just a hot drink is just to keep your hands warm, if anything. Yeah, after that fish last night, it was very quiet after that. Very quiet, that is, all apart from a bloody angry cow somewhere up there. It's been going all night, hasn't it, that cow?
Yes, it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
I don't know if you can hear it in the background, guys, but yeah, there's a very angry sounding cow that just hasn't stopped mooing all night. But anyway, less about the angry cow. Yeah, there's a few fish showing this morning. So when my hands are a bit warmer and I've warmed up a bit myself, I'll get the rods in and put some fresh hook baits on for the rest of this session. Like I say, we're packing up this afternoon, so put some fresh hook baits on. Cow's still going. Didn't get any bleeps whatsoever on the catfish rod, and to be fair, I didn't think I really would, to be fair. I might change that rod back to the going for the carp, but I knew it'd be a long shot going for the cats, but when you've got cats in here up to £70, it's worth a go, I think, to have a little stab at them. Anyway, yeah, well, I'm going to enjoy this hot chocolate, get warmed up a bit, and then yeah, we'll get the rods in and put some fresh hook baits on for the, what's we got, like 6-7 hours of fishing left?
Yeah, about that, yeah, about 2-3
yeah,
hours.
so
Still chance for a bite, I hope.
Yeah. So yeah, so we'll get some fresh hook baits on soon, guys, and then hopefully we can get another fish in the blog. Be nice if Leigh could join in.
Yeah, on my own syndicate.
Right, see you in a bit, guys. Hi guys, so let's get Leigh in the blog, shall we? Right, so
Cold fingers.
So for these last several hours of fishing, Leigh's going to have a new tactic, aren't you, mate?
Yep, got to try something, haven't I?
Yeah, what's your tactic going to be?
So I think at the moment, because I'm not having anything on the rods here, I'm going to cast a showing fish. So just seen a bit of fizzing out by the island over there. So I just put my left hand rod in, stick a new fresh hook bait on, and just going to cast it with a single. See if we have a pickup.
That's going to be your tactic of the day, just casting to showing fish now.
I think so. Really, it's just getting that much colder now. It's not autumn tactics. I think it's more like winter tactics at the moment.
Certainly is this morning. Maybe that's why Angry Cow is mooing so much. It doesn't like the winter.
Because it's bloody cold, yeah. We'll see how we go. Can't do any worse than not having a fish, can we say?
No, it can only get better.
Hopefully, yeah. This is where I muck my casting up, isn't it?
Yeah, but if you're going to muck it up, you might as well do it on film. Right, the fizzing patch isn't there anymore to give you your target.
I think it was out there.
Yeah, not far off it. I think if you are off it, you're only off it by about a foot or two. Yeah. Right guys, so I'm going to follow Leigh's lead and with the casting to showing fish thing. So we were just stood here looking out on the lake and pretty much dead centre down the lake, but halfway out just saw some bubbling fish in between the left hand hut and the middle hut. I don't know if you can see them on the far bank. So wound in the middle rod, fresh hook bait, and yeah, we'll cast to where we see the bubbling fish. When we say showing fish, we haven't actually seen fish. It's signs of fish bubbling and fizzing that we're seeing, so that's what we're casting to. That was pretty much on the money, wasn't it? There we go, guys. We've just had an actual showing fish on the left hand side of Leigh's swim, so going on the theme of casting to showing fish. It's another one out for Leigh.
I'll have all of them out before long.
Right guys, going to recast my right hand rod now. Just for shits and giggles, going to cast it right over to that far corner, the right hand side of that pod. There's a nice reed line over there. So yeah, there's no one fishing over in them pods, by the way. Me and Leigh are the only two on the lake, so yeah, so just for a laugh really, just gonna just cast a rod long range and see if we get anything on the other side of the lake. There we go. One rod, other side of the lake. Okay, so that's two of the rods recast. So what I should have said is, well, that rod I've just redone that I've chucked to that far corner, that was the rod that I was fishing for the catfish on, so didn't have any bleeps, indications, whatever. And Leigh and I both agreed it is probably a bit too late to be targeting cats, you know, this time of year. So so yeah, I've took the cat rig off, gone back to the Ronnie rig, still fishing the beaten Anna pop-ups, but yeah, because no one else is on the lake, just thought, you know, why not, just for the hell of it, chuck one to the other side of the lake. I don't know, what do you reckon it is? What, probably 20 wraps over there?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, about 20.
Yeah, it's probably 20 wraps to the other side of the lake. So maybe a little bit more. I haven't actually done any wraps, just done a test cast, stuck it in the clip, put the rig on, then cast it over there. But yeah, why not? Oh. Can't make up its mind which way it wants to go. Right guys, that is pretty much the end of the video. We are still fishing at the moment, but the rods are literally all that's left out now. All the rest of our gear's put away, and pretty much as soon as this piece of camera's finished, the rods will be coming in. Thank you, Leigh, for my guesty. Thank you very much.
Mate. Welcome.
And it's thanks to Leigh putting me on a little hot spot that I've caught. So yeah, so
0 to me.
it's not a blank video. It's always good to come somewhere for the first time and catch.
Yeah, I have to come back in the summer.
Yeah, yeah. Leigh has offered me another guest year, sort of next year when it's a bit warmer, on one of the other lakes.
Yeah, we'll try and go on Gainsborough or Masters next time. Yeah.
So yeah, rods are going to come in very, very shortly, and unless anything happens in the next 15-20 minutes,
there's always time. There's always time.
yeah, then that is the end of this video, guys. So probably a little bit shorter video, with this only being a 24-hour session. Once again, thank you very much for inviting me down.
Welcome, mate. Pleasure.
I think next week I'm just planning on being back on Aspen, so that might be the plan. So till then, guys, tight lines.